So after we got the big reveal of Yoshi and Birdo being in the Mario movie, I've seen a lot of stuff online saying Yoshi's this, Yoshi's that, and we're going to talk about it all right now, man. There's a lot of stuff that we can look forward to the Mario Galaxy movie, man. They did a fantastic job, advertising Yoshi and exactly what we're going to see. So let's talk about it, man. So the big reveal, Yoshi is in the film, of course, as we expected. We assumed Yoshi was going to be in the film, but I think the second trailer that Nintendo did was just to confirm to us, hey, Yoshi's in the movie. We know the biggest gripe was, where's Yoshi? We saw him at the end of movie 1. I predicted that how we're going to see Yoshi is going to be very simple. Mario and Luigi are going to go to a galaxy. They're going to see this, green egg like they saw in the first movie. Well, they didn't see it, but like we saw in the first movie. Mario was going to be like, hey, what's this? He's going to jump on the egg. Yoshi's going to hatch. Now, they did it completely different in this one. We see the Sand Kingdom like we see in Mario Odyssey, which is pretty cool to see. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty cool to see that in live action. They go into a pipe. Maybe they have a battle with something. They did look like they skipped some stuff in the trailer. Maybe they just wanted to quickly show that Yoshi's in the movie, not give up completely what happened to get Yoshi in the first place, but maybe they go to Yoshi and they see him and they see a pipe, they see some yelling and screaming, and Yoshi pops out. So now what I predicted, I did predict that we were going to see them go to a galaxy like Galaxy 2. If you know Galaxy 2, how do they meet Yoshi? They're on an island, they beat some Magic Koopas, and boom, Yoshi shows up. That's what I predicted, but I guess not. I guess it's not what's going to happen. And then we see the rivalry of Toad and Yoshi. Fantastic, super nice. You know what's going to lead up to that? It's going to lead up to them being best friends, or Yoshi's going to save Toad, or Toad's going to save Yoshi. You know how that's going to go. That's kind of how it goes. Puss in Boots, I saw the comparison to Puss in Boots and Donkey from Shrek. Pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Pretty cool they have like a rivalry like that. But what else can we expect? So Birdo's in the movie. We got a ton of cameos. Birdo, Mouser's in the movie. We got a bunch of other cameos, bunch of other Mario enemies that they did tease. So it's really cool to see. We saw Birdo in there. I wonder if Birdo is eventually going to switch sides, because we know Birdo, she was in, Super Mario 2, and she was in a bunch of other games and stuff like that. She's in Sluggers. She's in a bunch of other games and things like that. So what is her role going to be? She was going against Peach, and it's really interesting that like gambling casino roulette table that they're at. I'm pretty sure that's from Mario Sunshine, but Peach is there. Is that another galaxy? Is it, is it maybe Casino Galaxy? Is it maybe a Sunshine Galaxy? Like I'm sure that's a galaxy, and I'm sure Toad is there with Peach, because as we saw at the first trailer, Toad and Peach split. Mario and Luigi went one way, Peach and Toad went another way. So is that one of the galaxies they're gonna land on? That would be pretty cool. The aspect of the galaxies in the Mario movie basically allows them to do anything they want. They can visit any galaxy. They can visit a Gusty Garden Galaxy, Gateway Galaxy, B Galaxy, Throwback Galaxy. You can put any galaxy and it can work, because you put them in the launch star, they go flying, and boom, that's where they are. So I love the concept of what they're doing with the galaxy. Clearly, they're going to visit the Sand Kingdom as a galaxy in the Mario Galaxy movie. They're going to go on a launch star and they're going to go set sail. Also, another key that I did see, if you saw the beginning of the second trailer, we saw that Mario was doing tricks on the bike. That's a direct callback to Mario Kart Wii of doing the tricks on the bike. As someone who grew up with Mario Kart Wii, my favorite Mario Kart, that's actually fantastic to see. That is definitely a sight to see, man. I'm actually loving that they included little things like that. But yeah, guys, it's a great sign to see. I had people who are not even Mario fans that are like, wow, this is going to be a good movie. Never played Galaxy, never played Odyssey, never played Sunshine, and they love the movie. They think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to be great, man. I think they're really going to expand on the characters. The first movie and films are usually the origin story, who the characters are, big conflict, etc. And the second movie usually builds to the third movie, like we saw in FNAF 2, build to the third movie. So that's kind of how it goes. I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of world building in this movie. Obviously, we got to get some good movie. I'm sure Bowser Jr. and the bigger threat is maybe going to be, maybe it's going to be Bowser, gets a big star like in Galaxy, and he turns super huge. He's the one breaking up the world like we saw in Galaxy. Maybe that, and it leads to like a third movie called Super Mario Universe. Maybe that's something they think about, because I do think Bowser Jr. is going to be a smaller threat compared to what's going to happen in the third movie. Now, we don't even have the second movie yet, but the third movie, obviously they have to plan for it. I'm sure it's going to be a trilogy and things like that. So let's say Bowser Jr. is like the main villain in this one, which assuming he's going to be in the third movie, Bowser gets like a huge star and he turns massive and he takes Peach at the end of the second movie and he goes away like in Galaxy 1. That's something that possibly could happen. What else could they do? They could do so much stuff. There's so many characters out there. I don't think we're going to get Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong in this movie. I think we're going to get some explanation for it. Maybe someone asks like, oh, where'd Donkey Kong go? And Mario's going to be like, oh, he's on his own adventure. That's the spin-off, obviously, we're going to get with the Donkey Kong universe, King K. Rool, the Kremlings, a bunch of cool stuff like that. I think there's a lot of good stuff they're doing with the Mario Galaxy movie. I'm really hyped for it. My most anticipated movie of the year. Being a Galaxy fan, Galaxy 2 is my favorite game of all time. It's fantastic. It's great. Is this going to be like a building up to like a Super Smash movie? I don't think so, because what are some other characters that are major in Smash? You got Link, who's going to be live action, Samus, who has not been announced. You have Sonic, who's in live action, so Sonic can't even come to the Mario universe. What else do you have? You have, Captain Falcon, what maybe. You have, Mario. Look, you can do a Smash movie between the characters in this universe. Mario, Yoshi, Luigi, Princess Peach, Rosalina, Bowser Jr. You can do a Smash movie between them, but again, like I'm sure like what Smash is that you want everyone together. You want the Sonics, the Kirbys, you know, the Links, the Zeldas. Like, you want those to come in. And I don't think that's gonna happen. It would be cool though. I actually had a talk with a friend about it. It's like, if they built a Super Smash Bros. Movies like they did the MCU in Infinity War and Endgame, do you think it can make just as much money as Endgame and Infinity War? And I think so. If they can properly build a crazy Smash movie, like building up like they did with Captain Falcon, you know, Kirby and Link, and like they did with Captain America and Steve and Iron Man, to flesh out those films. You're telling me right now a Smash Bros. Movie, Master Hand, all-out war between every major IP in the gaming universe wouldn't make that amount of money? The Mario movie by itself made $1 billion. You don't think a Smash Bros. Movie with Sonic, Kirby, Link, Captain Falcon, Zelda, you know, Master Hand, you know, Peach, Bowser wouldn't make $2 billion? You're out of your mind. A Smash movie would go absolutely crazy, but I don't know, man. That's a dream. But let me know in the comments, man. What do you guys think about this second trailer for Yoshi? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Let me know in the comments, man. But if you guys can, hit that like button, hit that sub button. We're posting new videos every single day, whether it's Mario, Sonic, the Avengers, Five Nights at Freddy's, Star Wars, anything out there, man. Hey, man, I'll see you guys in the next video.